Hello, loves. Welcome back to the podcast. It's Nina with Passion Squared, and I have a special guest today. I am so incredibly excited to welcome Kristen back to the podcast. Kristen is a hairstylist, an incredible leader, and owner of the Pomponnee Salon in Pittsburgh. And welcome, Kristen.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back. Okay, I want to get right into it because I have so many questions for you. We have so much to catch up on. You've been in business 32 years as an employment based salon, which is just so inspiring, with an incredibly low turnover of team members and clients. This is incredibly rare. What are some of the things that you believe contributed to that, to where you are today in 2024?
Um, well, thank you, first of all. I think that I opened my business looking to provide a space for people to work fairly and freely.
Mm.
I did not open my business with financial motivation. And um, I think that when you're when you open with a servant's heart instead of opening thinking of what I'm going to gain from this personally, it changes your it changes your approach to so much.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is that is so true. And there's so many ways to look at that, from how you navigate client issues to team issues to we're going to get into that. Looking back on these 32 years, what would you say are some of your greatest lessons?
I would say my greatest lesson is everybody is in their own season.
Mm,
So just my goals aren't always everybody's goals. And just because your goals aren't the same doesn't mean you can't make it work. It just, you have to be respectful of what somebody else's goal is. I have a lot of uh, moms right now working at the salon, and they're trying to raise humans,
yeah.
and they're using their talent to make money to raise their humans. And it's just I was in that season. And I have, some team members that are new to the industry, and they're worried that are they ever going to make enough money to buy a home? It's just a different time, and so we're all in different seasons. And I think it's best to respect that and not insist that everybody's moving along the path at the same pace as you.
I love that because that is so true that everyone's in their own season. I love how you framed that. And we all have different desires and different objectives. And to project our own onto others is not comforting, it's not connecting. And that says a lot, again, about the incredibly low turnover that you've had. Um, if I can find a space that I can be myself and all my seasons are welcomed and I get the support that I need through those seasons, I mean, I wouldn't go anywhere either, you know? That's incredible. Okay, so in the last few years, you've recently stepped away from working actually behind the chair, taking clients, and you've added two incredible leaders to to
Correct.
to lead and manage the day to day. What have you learned about yourself and your business in this transition?
Oh, wow. I learned that a lot of times I was a hamster on a wheel unnecessarily.
Mm,
Um, because as the business owner who is financially invested, you're always trying to go, go, go. And what I watched my managers do is just remain calm and proceed with caution sometimes, but uh, do what we do best and it all works out. And there's just not, it just isn't necessary to be overwhelmed in grinding.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it was okay. And we still pay our bills and
It
yeah.
sounds like a little bit of surrender.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it is a lot of surrender.
Has that been difficult for you?
Yes, 100%. You know,
Such a human response.
yes, yes. I do not know it all, believe me. And uh, I, I am just in awe of my management team, and they have entrepreneurial spirits. They really care about the team members. They really care about the torch they've been handed, and it
Mm,
is really impressive. Yeah.
wow.
Hmm.
That's
Yeah.
incredible.
It's unbelievable.
And it
Yeah.
says a lot about you as a leader.
I think what it says about me is that I was smart enough to surround myself with people who are really smart.
That is a huge lesson. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. And not try to be the smartest person in the room always.
Mm.
You don't have to be.
You know what's cool that I've learned as I've gotten older? I don't know if you share this experience. However, what you're saying kind of seems like it does. As I've gotten older, I was never like a know-it-all, but I was pretty confident in what I knew. But I
Same.
felt like I needed to know more. Like that was connected to my confidence, my
Yes.
self-worth, my, all the things. And as
Yes.
I've gotten older, I have been able to just let all of that go and be like, okay, I'm good at this thing. And that's where I'm
Right.
going to place my attention.
Yes. Yes.
How
Yeah,
liberating.
100%. I agree. And it's okay not to know it, and it's
Yeah.
okay to let somebody else figure that out.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I can feel my shoulders drop as we speak.
Right.
I
Right.
love that.
You only have a blip on the planet.
Yeah.
Like, enjoy it, right? You just
Yes.
it'll all work out. And if it doesn't work out, it probably wasn't meant to work out.
Yeah. That is definitely something that I've learned more as I've gotten older.
Yes.
More of that,
Mhm.
surrender into that. Okay. So now that you have all this free time, LOL, uh, so where are you placing your time and energy on the business now that you're not in the soup, in the day to day, in the client, working with the clients, all of that?
Well, first and foremost, I'm doing all the marketing.
Mm,
So I do all the social media, I do all our email marketing, um, I do all our client retention. Um,
really important
com-
stuff.
exactly,
Yeah.
and it's very time consuming, and I don't know how I ever did this and worked behind a chair.
Hmm.
Um, so, but I do try to stay in the trenches with my team because I don't. First of all, I love working in a salon. Love it.
Right.
And if towels need folded, I want to be there. If clients need a cup of coffee, I want to be there. I want to be behind the desk answering phones and saying hi to the people that have been coming there for 30 years
Yeah.
and the ones that have trusted me to, you know, have other people take care of them. So I actually think that I'm better not behind the chair, even though I absolutely love doing hair. And love, I'd still take care of our brides. I love doing hair. And for 30 years, I remember always saying, I just really want to do hair. I hate running a business because it's just so wonderful to do a craft and have people be happy.
Yeah.
Um, but I feel like now uh, I still get to watch clients be happy and still take care of them just in different ways.
And and one of the many things that inspires me about you is your commitment to experience and your commitment to exceptional client care. You just shared a story the other day that I was wondering if you could share with our listeners about an awesome customer service experience you had.
About the birdhouse?
Yeah, about the bird.
Well, for those young people listening, if there are young people listening, when you're 55, you're going to start to really like birds. I hate to tell you, but this is just something that happens.
It's a mystery. We do
I
not
have
understand
no idea
it.
why, but I've become a birder. And it started with bird feeding and bird baths and things like that around my yard. And recently I purchased a birdhouse that had a camera that there's an app with. And so when birds fly up to your birdhouse, your app gets a notification and then you can watch the birds. And it's so fascinating to me. um, but when I first bought the birdhouse, it was not performing. It was glitchy. And I just was frustrated and whatever. And I'm not really a complainer and I hate bad reviews. But I did get an email from the company saying, "Hey, we know you got a birdhouse. Please go and leave a review on Amazon for us." So I'm like, okay, well, they asked me. So I just put in my review that I wanted to love this birdhouse so much, but I was disappointed because it was glitchy. And they immediately reached out to me on email and said, "We're going to give you a full refund. We're so sorry." And I said, "Oh my goodness. Well, thank you." And they said, "Please just send the birdhouse back." So, I procrastinated. And then pretty soon the birdhouse camera started working just fine. So I didn't do anything. And I figured, well, I didn't return it. They don't have to give me a refund. It's a win win. Everybody's happy. So a couple days later, they check up on me and say, "Hey, um, we just want to know what's happening. What's happening with your birdhouse?" I said, "Great news. It's working fine. I'm so happy." And they said, "Well, would you do us a favor and please adjust your review?" And I said, "Sure." So I went and I adjusted my review, said I was thrilled and loved it, blah, blah, blah. And the next thing I know, they sent me a thank you and a $20 gift card for Amazon.
Mhm.
And I am just blown away. And I want to buy 10 more birdhouses from them because I just think that is just awesome client care. And I feel lately there's just such a snarky attitude toward complaining clients or a poor review or I think that they were a great example of how you can turn it around and become someone's brag. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't believe the amount of people I've told about how they've handled this.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
And I just feel like instead of being like, you know, they could have just chalked up my review and not even reached out to me.
Hmm.
I really, they've definitely left an impression on me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and like you said, you're talking about it. You're talking about it a lot. And so
Yes.
this is a not so awesome initial experience, yet how they chose to turn around amplified word of mouth even more. And
Mhm.
we talk often about lifetime client value. And this is such a great example of blowing you off or whatever versus really just taking that moment It's not hard to do.
Right.
Taking that moment, and then you've increased the lifetime client value. And
Huge.
in a very simple way. This doesn't require, you don't have to take a whole workshop on it. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you just have to care and really keep that in mind, as because we're all having problems. I mean, we're
Right.
dealing with people. We are problematic by nature because we're human. We are
Right.
complex. We have, like you said, seasons, we have days, we have moods, we have projections,
Hmm.
we have assumptions, we have
Yep.
miscommunication because we're not speaking directly live to each other anymore, all of those things. And so, it's amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing what
Yeah.
a little pause can do. Uh love that. I love that so much. What would you say is working for you in marketing right now? You said your big focus was on marketing. Is
Hmm.
there a thing, a few things that you do that you are really seeing a lot of value and a lot of success with in
I'm
as
so I'm glad you asked that because it has been just on my brain in the past month. Like, what are we doing? Like, you know, why am I worried about TikTok? And why am I worried about Instagram and stories? And, it's just ways to communicate, right? I feel that my best form of marketing right now is reaching back out to clients.
Mm.
Instead of putting on this and I don't want to say fake because that's so disrespectful, but instead of putting on this show and doing everything to make algorithms share our stuff, doing it all right, using the right music,
Yeah.
putting the right words in the thing and hashtags and blah, blah, blah. I'm just really focused on our clients
I mean, there's
and
a lot to be said for that.
just we have 17,000 emails that we send out in a newsletter. And every time we send our newsletter out, we get a great open rate and we get people booking from the newsletter. And I don't talk a lot about a lot of stuff in the newsletter. I mean, it's just really basic. Like, it's May, it's Mother's Day. Here's a link to get your mom a gift certificate. And here's our promo for Aveda. And it's very simple, but it's just a nice reminder. And I use verbiage like I'm talking to them, not fancy schmancy. It's me, you
And
know?
it's aligned with your brand and it's consistent.
Right.
It's
Consistent.
consistent. So
Yep.
you've got two things going on. You've got your monthly newsletter,
Yes.
right? And that is consistent and
Very
has
consistent.
been for a while
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
And you've got the lapsed client outreach that goes
Every
out
week.
every week.
Every
And you
week.
run that lapsed client report, who hasn't been in, who's
Yep.
outside their regular maintenance schedule. And again, that's consistent. And that says, I care. We
Yes.
care about you, your beauty, how you feel. We'd love to get you back on the schedule. What I love about that, besides you already know, I mean, obviously, I'm kind of obsessed with all of that client care stuff. However, kind of the side effect, the amazing side effect is that that is also going to amplify word of mouth offline. And so it's not like we're talking about online offline. You have to, every salon, every marketer has to find a blend that works for them, right?
Hmm.
You found that. You have really found that. And it's as you're sharing had a significant impact on your business in an awesome way. Every single one of these clients, every time they have an experience, they're telling someone.
Yes.
And you're not controlling that, right? You're not
No.
inviting them to share their experience, even though you've done that.
Yes.
They're just naturally, we can never forget the offline word of mouth that happens friend to friend, family member to family member, community member. That's literally never going to change.
Right. And so for me, it's kind of like, who am I? What am I? Like, am I a director, producer, videographer, photographer? No, I am not those things. It's fun. It's
Uh-huh.
fun. You've seen, like, I have some fun TikToks. They're
Yes, you
fun.
do. Yes, yes.
I mean, we try to have fun with it. But the truth is, I'm a business and the clients are the focus
Yeah.
and the team is the focus.
Yep.
So that's what's really important to me. It's really not getting, 10K followers. I mean, that's wonderful. And I'm so happy for people that have all that. But I'm mostly concerned about people coming through our door.
Hmm.
I'm concerned about our 20 somethings having enough money to buy the car they want and buy a house and save money. And so I think if you're really, and so for marketing, for me, I just want to reach out to all the clients that have been coming for years and why aren't you still coming and come back? And we have, you know, new services and fun product. And remember when I did your kids' hair for prom and now they're coming for their wedding and stay with me.
So amazing. It's so amazing. So let's kind of shift gears a minute to um how you practice self-care and take care of yourself as a leader with such huge responsibility.
Well, um, I'm always into nature, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I just think there's just something about walking in the woods. You know, you don't always have time to travel, but there's always a park nearby.
Mm,
And I partake in massages too, as far as I have to practice what I preach, obviously, and we're a spa, so we, do all that. Um, and I believe in all that. And I believe in being healthy, you know.
yeah.
Can't say I don't love good food and, I don't
I
hate
hear you.
exercising, but I like to just I think as far as self-care, I would say taking care of just myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm really into the nature thing too, and it really has made a huge difference for me. I love that. If you do you ever do those things where you like a note to my younger self? I was thinking about like as someone that's been successfully leading two salons for over 3 decades. Is there any like message to your younger hairdresser self that you would want them to know?
I would, oh, you will be just as happy if you don't live in New York City.
Oh,
Because that's what I don't know about you, but I thought, when I'm a hairdresser, I want to go to a big city and work with famous people. And
oh,
I stayed in my hometown and it was just as wonderful of a life.
yeah,
Probably more because people like that your hometown is such a cheerleader for you.
yeah.
And that's enough to fill you up.
I love that. I love that for so many reasons. And it really makes me think about that kind of creating our own happiness, creating
Yeah.
our own and there's some power in that,
Yes.
in that mindset, that energy. Do you have a favorite quote?
Happiness is only real when shared.
Oh, I feel that. I feel that through you as a person. I feel that through your brand, through all of your team members. There,
Yeah.
there is that type of energy. And easier said than done, yet not. When I think of happiness, I think of like sharing joy. It doesn't always have to be complicated.
Mm-mm.
Like a simple smile or opening a door. Like I love the opening the door thing for people.
Mhm.
I don't know what it is. Like maybe people don't do it as much anymore, but like every opportunity I get to
Mhm.
hold open a door, just to see people just be like, "Oh my god, thank you." Like it's just so simple.
And I really believe in uh, um, genuine compliments,
Mm,
not, just to be complimentary,
sure.
but to really uh, tell somebody what's great about them, even if it's just they have cute nail polish on, like, oh my gosh, I love your nail polish today. Just
Yeah.
I think that because life goes so fast,
Yep.
and you never know if that person hasn't had a compliment in a really long time.
100%. I love doing that with like baristas, because almost always I'm going to get like some sort of compliment on my lashes, but I'm always obsessed with people that have like cute makeup and, cute hair and stuff like
Hmm.
that. It's really quite fun to do. And, recognition, it's one of the
Yeah.
most powerful, most valuable leadership tools. And I was taught very early in my career that's not only important, but that what you were sharing about like compliments. And I was taught that they have the greatest impact when they're sincere, sincere, selective. What's that third S? There were three S's: sincere and selective. I don't fucking know. Oh my god, it's the first time I said the F word, and we're almost done. Now that's impressive.
Kudos.
Specific, sincere, specific, and selective.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really does. It can literally change someone's day. I love that. I think about David Wagner and the whole Daymaker, you know?
Daymaker. Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
he
He was
really
big impression on me as a young kid.
same. Yeah, yeah. We love
Hmm.
David. Shout out to David Wagner, the
Hmm.
Daymaker. Kristen, thank you. Where can we find you on the socials? Where can we find La Pomponnee?
At La Pomponnee, LaPomponnee. I'm on Instagram that way. I'm on TikTok that way, and I'm on Facebook that way. Hmm.
Awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
go check La Pomponnee out. I'm so incredibly, as I said, inspired and impressed how Kristen and the team show up online and in their own unique way, most aligned with their brand. And you can kind of check out what a incredibly successful employment-based salon of 32 years, how they're showing up on social. Maybe you'll get some inspo. Kristen, thank you so much. It is such an honor to share this
Always,
time with
always a
you.
pleasure, Nina. Always a pleasure.
And to everyone, thank you so much for listening. If you have questions, you can always DM us on the socials or email us at awesome@passionsquare.net. You can find us on the socials at Passion Squared and on the web at passionsquared.net. Thank you again so much for listening. Have an awesome day, everyone. Bye.